my video here to see the super chats and stuff.
Oh, shit, it's a good show. It's a great show. It's a shit show. Pick a win show. Not a Jerry show. Scary Terry show. Lick my balls show. Szechuan sauce show. It's the fucking Rick and Morty fan show, bitch.
All right, guys. I'm at the helm today. I'm doing my own shit. So if you heard me, then that's me because I don't know what to do. I don't know shit. It's all about Sean, guys. Hey, guys. Welcome to the Rick and Morty fan show. Once again, I do have a nice higher definition camera when I'm here, though, so that's cool. Awesome. Cool. I got everything up here. Sweet. We got Misty in here. We got Matt in here. We got NR Originals in here. By the way, guys, I'm going to be on. Oh, there's Sean's arm, revealing that he is indeed here. NR Originals, I'm actually going to be on his show tomorrow. So I'll make sure to throw a link in there, and we'll make sure to get some promotion in there for his stuff too. You can check out his videos, and yeah, you can see me on there tomorrow. So I'll make sure to post about that. All right, guys. Today we're going to do the top 10 moments. I don't want to say gags. I usually say gags when I say what was the best gag from the show. What was the thing that made you laugh the most? But it's not all about the things that made you laugh. As we know, in this season, there's been lots of things that haven't been funny. They've been compelling. They've been dramatic. And, a lot of people have really enjoyed that stuff. And, some people not so much. But I'm always trying to show my love for this season because I feel like there's a little bit of pushback about it. And I love it. And I wanted to get some love. So we're going to continue to show our love for this season. We're also going to announce the art show winner. I don't have all the pictures on here. I was thinking about maybe extending the art competition, but I did get some quick late submissions and stuff like that. And I know that I know that we have enough in there to get a winner, guys. What I do want to do as well, I would like everyone here, if you want to put your top 10 moments of season 5 or top 5 moments or top 3 moments, whatever you can think of, throw it in the comments. I'm going to read some off later. We'll get the consensus of what people think for number 1, because my number 1 is probably not going to be everyone's number 1. I don't know if I've seen anybody laugh so hard as I did at this one part that I think is hilarious, but I don't know if everyone else thinks it's so great. But yeah, so we're going to do that today. Yeah, that's the show. That's where we're going to go today. So, let's quickly get to the top 10 here. I wish I don't know how to do. See, if Sean was here, he could give me a cool like 10, 9, 8 and all the graphics and stuff like that. But I'm not that good yet. I'm just a trainee. So we're going to go top 10. Excuse me. Top 10 moments from season 5 so far, because we're halfway through the season. We're going to start with number 10. Number 10 is from the most recent episode. What was it called again? Episode 5, season 5. It was the Hellraiser one. What was that one called again? I don't know. Anyways, it's Rick finding out that he's lame as well. I really enjoyed this part. It's funny. I feel like it's kind of a meta commentary, kind of a joke about, fandoms in total, where, Sean, they could see you in the reflection of one of the pictures lifting up this fan here. I think that it's funny that the Cenobites, the evil characters, the Hellraiser characters, were talking about how dumb it was, how Rick was part of the lameness of Jerry, how being the cooler person, being the person who puts down the people who are dumb or lame or whatever, makes you part of that lameness. And it was like Rick realizing like, oh shit, like I'm putting Jerry down. So I'm part of this whole gag. I should not even be part of this. And I thought that was hilarious. The whole situation made me laugh because I thought it was a commentary on, people post things in Rick and Morty groups. I'm sure everyone here in Rick and Morty groups all the time. And, someone will post like, oh, hey, like, look at my new hat or my new shoes or whatever. And there's always that person in there who's like, it's lame having to post your stuff on, on Facebook just to get approval and blah, blah, blah. And you realize, this person is lame for needing to put their stuff out there. And this person is lame for calling that person lame. Like, it just makes the whole fandom look dumb. It's kind of the joke that they're getting at, I think, is, Jerry is, of course, lame, and he's portrayed as being lame as much as possible. And then the person calling him out for being lame is lame for paying attention to it. I thought it was kind of that, I don't know, maybe I'm off track, but I thought that that's what the joke was kind of getting at. And I don't think that it's lame to show off your Rick and Morty stuff, because I'm cool with being, I'm a Jerry. What can you do? I'm a Jerry. I'm not really that exciting. I posted a video of me playing saxophone earlier, and that's like the highlight of my day. So I'm probably a Jerry too. But anyways, my number 10 was that part there. I did love the Cinnabites as well. I know Original says, love the Cinnabites. Yeah, I love them. Every time they laughed and they turned purple and everything, that was funny. I loved it. If you want to see my review for that show, that'll be up there on Fandom Empire as well. So you can check that out. But I'm not going to review episodes on Tuesdays anymore, because it seems to make less sense to review them right after, get my reaction, and then do another review. It doesn't make a lot of sense. If I find something extra like this number 10 that I just announced, then, that's kind of part of it. But anyways, number 9 is anything that is involving the giant incest baby, which just made me laugh my ass off. The whole idea of having that on TV was nuts. I just spoke to my brother, one of my brothers today, and he said it was the episode he liked the least. And I think we're getting that a lot. I think we're getting a lot of people thinking that it was just too much for them. And, it didn't continue to make them laugh after the first couple things. But I love the idea of that. And we're going to see, spoiler, that, that storyline's not over yet. Oh, producer Sean wants to know if you can hear the fan. I don't hear it. Anyways, trying to keep it cool down here. I don't know if it's hot as balls wherever you guys are, but it's definitely hot as balls where we are right now. I don't know why I say hot as balls, because balls aren't always hot, whatever. Number 8, we got Rick's argument with Mr. Nimbus. I love the, there we go. We say no. No, can't hear it. So sweet. We're good. Rick's argument with Mr. Nimbus, where he says, I don't need you anymore. You're lame. That's why I haven't fought with you in a long time. All I do is fucking 69 Nintendos, and all that stuff was funny. And just saying he didn't need him anymore. That whole conversation I love. I think it was hilarious. I love that. Just every interaction between Mr. Nimbus and Rick was awesome. And I did a lot of these top 10 parts are things to do with the Mr. Nimbus episode. I watched every episode again today just to kind of make sure, like, what are the top 10 moments of this whole season? I want to know, and I want to go back and see it, compare them all. And that's what I came up with. Number 8, Rick's argument with Mr. Nimbus. And, obviously, Mr. Nimbus letting out that he knew Rick's wife, and, trying to establish a canon with me. And then it ends when Rick says, like, when Rick is interrupted by trying to save Morty. But that whole conversation I love. Like I said, moments, not always funny parts, but the top moments. The next one is actually from the same episode. Number 7 is the whole thing with Jessica being a time god. Number 7, Jessica, not only just the part where she says, like, fuck you, I'm a time god, runs away. Also, just the whole sequence where, time, I have time, and the whole story it goes through. was really funny, but also just like compelling and world building, and really crazy that they built up this whole entire world for one episode to be probably never heard from again, probably revisited in comics, and that's about it. All right, let's interrupt this to go and see what Matt Conway posted his top 5. And he says, number 5, Morty didn't realize Hoofy was dead. Number 4, sperm insulted by being used in socks and toilet paper. Yeah, that was funny. I like that. And I love the voice for that Queen sperm character was pretty good. I don't know who does the voice for that, actually. I don't think I ever actually looked that up. Something to look up later. Number 3, Planetina murders 300 coal miners. That was very mind-blowing part of that episode. Just like the look in Morty's eyes. What's up, Jody? I'm glad Jody's in the house. Number 2, Jessica, more interested in wine than Morty. And number 1, Pinocchio Jerry's never-ending sufferings. Yes, that was a fantastic, great top 5 list, guys. Even if it's, normally I say, if you send in a super chat, I will read it no matter what. But right now, if you guys post your top 10, top 5, top 3 lists in there, I will read it because you're part of this segment, guys. So do that. And then if you want something non-listy to be said, for sure, you want me to say something, you want me to, whatever, send me a super chat in and we'll get that done. But put in your list and we'll get here. Number 6 for me is Mr. Nimbus and the cops. The whole storyline of Mr. Nimbus controls the cops was hilarious, but also just the fight, fuck, flee. That whole thing was hilarious. I loved that. Everything to do with the cops was funny. The cops showing up really quickly because they were a white family, showing up, and also Jessica. Also Jessica showing up and being like, "Oh, I just saw some cops having sex on the yard. Is this the right place?" And yeah, that was great. So Mr. Nimbus controlling the police was a big part. Misty Stone says Mr. Nimbus controlling the police was her favorite part. And yeah, it's number 6 on my list. Number 5, and you guys are probably going to think that this should be higher up. I think a lot of people are going to think that this should be a higher up moment, but it didn't hit home for me quite as much. But Morty's breakup with Planetina. So I really love how they did this. I always comment on how amazing they do writing a 14-year-old boy character. Like just, him being able to fall in love with someone so quickly, and they're the most important person in the world. And, mom, you got to let her move in. She doesn't have anywhere to go, and that sort of stuff. I don't know if that's the sort of thing that any of you guys have gone through, but like, I know me and my brother asked for several people to come and live with us before, just, wherever, throughout life. And my mom always let those people come and live with us for a year or something like that. My brother had someone live with us for a year, I think twice. My cousin came and lived with me for a while. Like, it just happens. We're just people who we grew up kind of that sort of family where, like, if you needed a place, you could come to our place, which is not a good on me thing. It's a good on my mom thing. But anyways, just that whole thing like really got to me, because I remember what it's like to be 14 and to be like, this is the most important person ever, mom. Like, just that whole thing where your world is the biggest thing. Like, only you is important, and whatever you want is the most important thing. And you guys never support me, like, sort of thing that we do when we're teenagers. That, when we were adults, we're like, man, that was really dumb. Like, I didn't even know that person in like a year from then. They really weren't that important. Anyways, that is number 5. And it's because, like I said, they just do such a great job of doing the character of Morty and, making him so relatable to any of the guys who watch. So I think it's probably a large portion of the fandom is male, because of the disgusting sort of I don't, just the disgusting nature of Rick and Morty. I mean, we got some awesome female fans in my fan base as well. And, but I think it's mostly male. And so it helps that they do such a great job of writing a 14-year-old boy. Although I'm sure girls go by that too. They probably go through that same thing too, where their boyfriend is the most important thing, Mom. Anyways, so that was my number 5. Number 4 is the barcode fart joke. That joke was just, that joke made that episode for me when I was kind of like, okay, the Smiths just die over and over again in this episode. It was funny. I liked it. It passed by really quick. I fell back on, but no, it was fucking awesome because of that fucking barcode joke. That was hilarious. Later on, I did really appreciate a lot of things in the episode because for me, Rick and Morty, you got to watch it. You got to watch it a few times over. Like usually when I watch it the first time, I'll have a couple of funny, moments. I'll laugh at a few things. And our originals is telling, it says the Summer fart joke had me rolling. Is that, you mean Summer when she said you have to like it or you're sexist or whatever? That was a good one from the most recent episode. But I'm talking about Rick trying to find out if it's real. All right, it's my last failsafe. It's my last failsafe. Morty, you have to check inside my ass to see if it's if there's a barcode there. Blah blah blah. And then you even see Rick's tearing up, and he's like, I don't even know if I'm real. And then whatever. And as soon as Morty does, he lets out the tiniest little fart, and like this tiniest little, and then he quickly, like, no tears, whatever. Just like, you're fucking dumb. Like, of course I'm real. Like. And of course, he didn't end up being real. Every single family in that episode ended up being a fake or decoy or whatever. At least we're led to believe this because the real family is apparently in space with Space Beth. And great joke right at the end too, where he says, fuck, a decoy family died. And then of course, both Beths are like decoy because they're still a little sore from the fact that they don't know which one is which. And I don't think they care about which one is which. I think they care about, I think they more care about the fact that their dad did that in the first place. They both accepted that they don't really care about which one is which now. So yeah, that was number 4, the barcode fart joke. Yeah, good gag. Number 3 had me howling at work. It's the only episode that I did not do an immediate reaction for. And the reason was because I was at work. I was working an overnight shift, which I barely ever do. It's not my job. It's not my normal shift, but I ended up having to fill in a summer schedule thing. So it sucked because I couldn't do the immediate reaction video. And it sucked so hard because the immediate reaction videos were doing so well. I was having a great time. I met some new fans. We had new people come in, and it sucked because I just, we were on a roll here, guys. And anyways, couldn't do a reaction video for number 3. So I was at work watching one of the worst parts possible with one or two of my other coworkers. I don't know if they were really paying attention anyways, but I was laughing my ass off at Summer and Rick just talking about how they were going to eat so much ass. I was laughing so hard, and it's funny because episode 4 pushed the envelope, episode 3 pushed the envelope, and then episode 4 went even farther and even crazier. And when I saw that episode 3, I was like, how the fuck did they get this on TV? Like they bleeped out they cubed out or pixeled out the mouth action, which apparently they don't if you see it on, is it HBO Max or maybe even the app. They don't blank out the mouth, but they didn't blank out her talking about it. She just said, I'm going to eat so much ass. And then she's like, I'm going to be like, oh man, I see, and Rick says, I see, man, that you have an uneaten asshole. And it's just, made me laugh so hard. I laughed big time at that, but it was even funnier because like I had this nervous sort of like, oh my God, I'm at work. Like, no, like I hope no one is seeing that I'm laughing at such an immature, like funny joke, but great. And I honestly think it's one of the best parts of the season so far because it brought a new element to the show. Jody says, hello. I'm assuming he means hello from the Rick's girlfriend character with the huge elbow titties. I would love to know what I got producer Sean sitting over here doing work for the next episode. What goes through your brain when you hear me say like, oh, incest baby was hilarious. And also like huge titty elbows were hilarious. And he says it makes him think about Johnny. If you guys follow our other show, Fandom Empire Live, Fandom Empire Wasteland show, you'll see Johnny on here. And one time he let us know that it might be okay for a Spider-Man from another dimension to have sex with his aunt from a different dimension or something like that. Something along those lines where we were all just like, what the fuck? And we have not let him never let him live it down. So too bad for Johnny. We basically oh yeah. Okay, so never mind. He one of our chat mods, Frank Riker, said that was joking about that, and then Johnny said that it wasn't as bad to date your cousin, and so yeah, we've been making fun of him dating his cousin lately, so not letting it go. But a little joke on the channel that apparently that's what Sean thinks when I'm unleashing all this crazy Rick and Morty shit on him. Because producer Sean does not keep up with Rick and Morty. Boo. He's seen 2 episodes. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. Exactly. Number 2. So number 3 was, number 2 is the wooden Jerry being tortured. Wooden Jerry being tortured could be number 1. Honestly, it's so funny. I really love the whole character. When I saw the first character designs for those wooden Matt Conway, I think, called him Pinocchio Jerry. I was calling them Cuckoo Clock Smith family because they kind of look like a cuckoo clock when it opens up, and they kind of have like a sound like that. I've been calling them the wooden Smith family, but we also saw a wicker made Smith family in that episode, so who knows what they're called. I was also calling we were calling the scary Rick or scary Smith family like Hannibal Rick or horror Rick or whatever. That was also a great design. I loved so many different cool Smith families and cool ideas they had in that one. But the wooden family was the best. It was so funny. I loved the voices. I loved the capes that they had and everything. Great design. It was just like, it was funny just seeing the characters and hearing them kind of speak through speaker boxes that sounded like they were almost like action figures when they spoke in the 90s and you could barely hear what they said, like a garbled sound over a bad PA speaker maybe. Anyways, really thought that was hilarious. And but not only that, but also Jerry like being built in a beaver dam, being tortured, being shot at by cowboys, and the fact that he gets crucified and his screaming when he is in a picture frame and gets burnt, like it just sounded so much funnier that they ran it through the filter to make it sound all garbled up, and I loved that. It was hilarious. And then he tells you, like, you're thinking this is the fucking worst thing ever, and then he says that he's like, this is the fucking worst thing to ever happen to anyone, and then that's the end of that whole thing. And honestly, it's funny because it's an after credit scene, and the after credit scenes can be funny. They've been especially funny this season, actually, but you know, some of them were like Morty turning into a car, or just a lot of them are random things that aren't really, you know, they're not the funniest thing in the episode. They're just like a quick hit kind of joke, but that was like the funniest thing in that episode. And I laughed so hard. Anyways, I told you so many, I've already said so many times, I got to stop being the Chris Farley show. I don't know if you guys ever seen the sketch, the Chris Farley show on SNL, where he basically just says like, hey, did you see what happened there? I liked it. It was funny. I think maybe I need to get a thesaurus. Anyways, yeah, the broken mirror, Jerry, the whole torture thing, the whole shit that he goes through that, makes Jerry, like, was my number 2. Thought it was absolutely hilarious, pulled off. Now, number one, I don't think this is going to be anyone else's number 1. I don't see any more top 5 lists. Are we going to make some top lists here, guys? It's only Matt here. I know we got other people watching this show. Make a top list. Or at least tell me what your favorite part is. Say my favorite part was, or my top 3 favorite parts were. So I don't think this is going to be anyone's top favorite joke, but it makes me laugh. It makes me cackle. It honestly, it's because it's a Justin Roiland thing. And like Justin Roiland's like dumb, offbeat humor, just gets me. Like, it's just, I've promoted so many times. I'm a broken record. Grandma's Virginity podcast. Justin Roiland just coming up with random shit and making it awkward, and the kind of stuff you can't put on TV. Like almost everything on that podcast is something you could not do on TV because it's just too nuts. Although this season has proved you can do quite a bit on TV. Number 1 for me is the Nintendo 69 gag. The whole thing makes me laugh. Oh, Nintendo 69, what are you doing to me? Oh, like, and then later on when he says, like, I fucking just 69 Nintendos all day, bro. Like that, I don't know what it is about it. It makes me laugh. I wish they had an interdimensional cable on the, that they could throw that in there. It would have probably popped a little bit more. I don't know if we're going to get interdimensional cable this year. It looks like they're spreading it out throughout the season, like a When Wolf, Nintendo 69 joke. There was one on this most recent episode. They kind of keep tricking us into thinking that we might be getting an interdimensional cable, and they keep leading us away. So I don't know if that's what they're doing, saying like, hey, it's not going to happen. But that's it. Anyways, Nintendo 69 is the thing I laugh at the most. It's the thing I laugh at. It's the thing I laughed at the most today when I reviewed every episode for you guys. So just to go back, number 10, Rick finding out that he's just as lame as Jerry. Number 9, giant incest baby. Number 8, Rick's argument with Mr. Nimbus. No, don't you fucking establish a canonical background with me. Number 7, Jessica being a time god. Fuck off. Number 6, fight, fuck, flee. He controls the fucking police. Number 5, Morty's breakup with Planetina. Number 4, the barcode checking fart in Morty's face thing. I know I'm immature, but so is the fucking show. Number 3, ass eating. Number 2, the wooden Jerry being tortured. And number 1, Nintendo 69. That was my top. That was my top 10 moments of season 5 so far. Absolutely having fun with this season. And let's go to Jody's. Jody's is Hoofy's wife. Hoofy's wife dies. Number 4, Mr. Nimbus is an ocean god. Number 3, the butt cheek joke. Number 2, the horse ejaculator. That was one I had there too. I was going to try and fit that in. Also, I was going to try just Morty's look when they're faced with the jack off machine again, like when they break through and he knows he's caught. I laughed quite hard at that. And the Rick the hologram. Are you talking about the giant Rick hologram that came up in space and basically told everybody, come fight me? Yeah. So that's Jody's top 5. So yeah, that's my top 10 moments from season 5. Really enjoyed the whole season so far. I wanted to highlight some parts that I thought were funny. Go and rewatch these episodes. Some people are not really they're not satisfied with this season so far, and I think being satisfied, I think a lot of it is just people not accepting it into the, into the fold of Rick and Morty episodes, not accepting that these ones are on par with any of the other episodes, just not quite having that same thing. But we've seen those other episodes so many times, and we've laughed, and we've discovered things in the background. Go back and watch them as a whole, because I really enjoyed it. And I really felt like the first 2-3 episodes of the season, I've started to accept into my collection of Rick and Morty, in my brain, like especially the Mr. Nimbus episode. Since I've seen it so much, I've re-laughed at some of these things, and they've gotten funnier the more times that I've watched them. So if you have the time, and if you have a PVR or whatever, go back and watch the whole season as a half. I actually quite enjoyed watching it. So yeah, Anwar says, I don't understand the hate. And I mean, we can go on that a little bit more tomorrow, even maybe. I'm really excited to be on Anwar's show tomorrow, so I'll make sure to get that out. Now we're going to turn our attention to the art competition. I'm just going to pull up my art here. We didn't get quite as many submissions as I thought we would, because our previous art competitions maybe ran longer. So my thought was maybe I should have had it run longer. But I think last time I tried to do it in a week, and ended up extending both other versions. But we have so many more people here, and I wanted to get that in. There we go. The art competition, guys. So we have, if you guys, I wish I could put it on screen, but I'm not that solid at producing my own show yet. So we got a meme by Jody, a meme by Matthew Conway. We got a John Smith actually 3D printed I don't know, since we got a really good camera here, we can even, this gun, which is from the episode 7, the leaked episode. This was used in that episode, and he 3D printed it, and he told me that he, helped design it. So it's not him ripping off someone else's picture. This is something that he designed. So he submitted that. I thought that was really amazing, and I might have to buy one. So, when he gets some shit out there and can whatever, or, well, I guess I have to buy a 3D printer. If you guys have a 3D printer, here's something that you might be able to do. You hunt down the Rick and Morty fan show art competition post, find Mr. John Smith, and you can get a 3D print of that. I really love Misty Stone's art that she did. She did the sperm queen walking on a runway. It's really well drawn, really well done. And just a great idea, like, having, because obviously the sperm queen seems to be the only female sperm, if that's a thing. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense at all. I don't know. But she did mention that she was the queen, so. But yeah, just hilarious that that happened. And she has a robot body, unlike any of the other guys, except for maybe the one that exploded. Anyways, all the other sperm are taking pictures of her and seem to be like happy with her walking down the runway on like a fashion show runway or a stripper runway type thing. And a nice little banner at the top that says the sperm queen. Great, fantastic art, guys. Mr. Jody, big time supporter, always posting things like that, threw in actually what he says to be his number one moment of the show, I think, is this nice picture of a giant Rick hologram begging everyone to fucking come at me, motherfuckers. Really love that. And it's a good picture. Did a really great job. Not only that, Jody has like come out and said, like, guys, I'm not an artist. Like, I'm not really, but I'm going to do something. And this picture is better than some of the stuff he's put out. Like, he's obviously doing more and more art, and I appreciate your art, Jody, because it's gotten better. So keep going, keep creating art. It's like me. Like I posted earlier, playing saxophone. I think I mentioned already this episode, but I'm learning to play saxophone as a 35-year-old. So, you know, it's not the same as when you're a kid. You're a kid, you absorb things like crazy and whatever. You got to really work on it. So appreciate anyone as an adult of any kind, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, you know, if you're learning a new art or learning a new anything, like, it's harder to accept things in your brain at this point. So, like, awesome job. I really enjoyed, so Damon created this not too long ago, a familiar ripoff of a meme, except for with Wooden Jerry, which I have he's playing towards he did that because he knows how much I like that fucking Jerry being tortured. Oh man. So now, I guess it's time to judge. I should have picked a winner before I got here. I honestly, you know what? I'm going to do it, guys. I have said before that you can post any type of medium. You can do art in any way, because I'm a true believer in that art is a lot of things. The way you live is art. The way you dress is art. The way you do things is art. When they say the martial arts, you know, the martial arts are you doing something a certain way that you're taught, but you're expressing it in your own way. The way that I do martial arts is not the same way someone else does it. And I could explain that to, you know, martial arts people probably better than I could explain to people who don't do martial arts. But everything you do in life is art. And coming out here and creating things with paint and drawing and, you know, those sorts of things are really respected art forms. But creating memes is an art too. Creating memes is art too. You have to work really hard to put it together. It is someone else's art usually that you're mixing up. But your thought goes into it. And I am going to award Mr. Damon LaRock. He in here is normally known as Solo. Solo Dolo LaRock. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I'm going to award him with the art competition number 3. Yeah, you win. Woo! He did recently win an award, but it was for a super chat competition. So he super chatted and he got drawn a win. So I can't say, you know, you can't go and say, oh, he's being being preferential. I don't know. Either way, I don't think anyone's going to accuse me of that anyways. I think most of the people in the chat, other than maybe NR, have won something here before. Not won a prize, but won one of the competitions, because I got some great hardcore supporters who are always here watching. So yeah, and Mr. Solo is in the chat here. You win. You're the competition winner for the first competition of the new phase. We're like Marvel. We do phases. We did the last phase, and everyone has got their prize. I don't know if Kenny Butler has got his prize yet. I haven't talked to him yet. He's not harder to get on social media than most of the other people. I know Celeste got hers and she posted what she got. She was really happy about it. I know Misty Stone was happy about her prize. Everyone else got their stuff. Mr. Corey got his wasp brick that I owed him from a while ago, but Corey and me are actual friends from way back, so he was okay with it. Also, thanks to Solo, who waited until we were in town for me to hand deliver his prize. He was closer to me, so that was awesome. And I got to meet one of my fans, which was cool. I don't even want to call you guys my fans. You guys are Rick and Morty fans, and I'm a Rick and Morty fan, and I do this, so that we can come hang out. Anyways, I got to meet someone from the community, which was really cool. This community that we're building here. But yeah, what we did was we had all these people win all these cool competitions, and I'll do another competition this week or next week. And once we built up so many winners, we did a big draw, and the winner from that was, I believe, was the one that Misty Stone won. For winning the previous art competition. So maybe the art competition is the good luck, and maybe Mr. Solo will win the next big prize. I actually recently picked up a bunch of prizes for you guys. There was a good sale at a store nearby which carries Rick and Morty stuff, and I bought that stuff. Anyways, let's go through the chat. See who's here, see what's up. If there's anything you want me to talk about, I got about 5-10 minutes left in this show that we can use to talk about whatever you want. We can talk about Evil Morty, we can talk about Space Bath, we can talk about whatever you want. Type it in the chat. What would you like to talk about right now? And we'll go through that. But right now I'm going to go through the chat, just see if we pulled up any interesting stuff. We got some Peace Among Worlds here before the show started. I think you guys were talking about Peace Among Worlds. And our original says, so many great moments, but my number one moment is Mr. Nimbus gyrating as he saves Rick. Oh yeah, they did that really well when he saved Rick, and he was like, Richard, you don't think you didn't think I wouldn't save you, or what? I'm not sure word for word what he says, but it was done really well, where like their relationship was like, okay, they're nemesis and whatever, but then you realized they had like you can't exist without me, and it's like when rivals retire and they say like, I know that this person, Jordan and Bird, or like all these famous people, this person was my nemesis, but like now that we're retired, or now that we don't fight each other, like this person was my closest ally, it was the person who made me better. So I really loved how they were like, I fucking hate you, man. I hate you, and blah, blah, blah. And then later on they were like, you know what? Like, we complete each other and stuff. And then of course, Summer came in with the conch, or whatever you want to call it. And I love the fact that he says, don't blow it. And she blows it, makes him stronger. He beats the shit out of Rick. But I love the idea that Rick said, don't blow it. And Summer blew it. Like she metaphorically blew it. Like she fucking blew the whole situation. And she blew into the conch, which made Mr. Nimbus huge and fucking ripped, and then beat the shit out of Rick. And it's always funny when you see characters in Rick and Morty beat the shit out of each other, because, I don't know, the animation's hilarious. Like Rick beating up Zeeb Sandthorpe and going dirty and kneeing him in the nuts and fucking punching. I don't know. They just make it look really brutal. It's funny the way that they do it. And fights are always dirty. Like they're always throwing mud in each other's faces and poking each other's eyes out and kneeing each other. And there's always a nut shot in there somewhere. But yeah, fights between characters on Rick and Morty is always like a brutal, dirty, drag them out fight. And it made me laugh. It's I love the way people fight. But anyway, so that was NR's favorite part of that season. Let's see what we want to talk about here. But Jody says, can't wait to see your future art, Misty. Misty, one of the great artists that we have on the show. Solo just jumped in. I noticed that he was there. I didn't know if he was just being quiet before, but he just jumped in when he won. So obviously it was something that I don't know. It was fucking something magical. Something in the world said like, he's here. He won. He had a spider sense. Like, I need to click on the show now. I know it's already 20 minutes in, but I gotta go. I for some reason I'm drawn to the show. Anyone? Matt Conway says, thought my 20-second music video was funny enough to win today. I should have submitted it. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I I like a lot of videos that get posted. There's a guy who posts videos with rap music on it all the time, and there was some people who said like, oh man, like this guy's doing that and doing this. Like he's still creating art, even though he's using someone else's music and putting it to Rick and Morty and mixing different clips in. Like he's not making money off this other person's music. I don't think, and if he is making money off those videos, then somebody's not catching it and he's not making very much. So whatever. I mean, I make, sometimes I make $2 off a stream or something like that. And yeah, I'm talking about Rick and Morty's content, but I'm trying to be entertaining myself. So don't hate on people who are trying to create art, even if it's an amalgamation of different people's arts. Anyways, just don't hate people like for most things. There's some things where you got to be like, fuck you. But for the most part, you're better off just being happy about shit. Jody says, this is the second half coming. I believe the second half is coming. The next episode is already ready, so that we're not getting any break. We're not getting the feared break, although I have gone on record to say that I don't mind the break. I like having the season break because it makes the in-between season part easier. So I'm not sure why people hate that so much. I really loved last season watching the first 5 episodes. And when the break came, I was like, oh, fuck, man, I just want number 6. But I did rewatch those 5 episodes quite a bit. And it was a lot like this season where I felt like 1, 2, 3 episodes were pretty good. 4 and 5 were because I think a lot of people, you have to watch the Story Train episode a lot of times before it's fun. I feel like it's not quite as fun the first couple times you see it. Oh, a Story Train, was that episode 5 or 6? Does anyone know that? I forget if it's 5 or 6 of last season. But I remember thinking the break episode wasn't quite as good as the first couple. And but I rewatched all those episodes, and like I said, with this season, I absorbed them into my Rick and Morty fandom. I absorbed all the jokes into being part of Rick and Morty and part of the canon. And I really enjoyed having a break and then getting that and then not having as much of a break until next. Although we know we're not getting a giant break now because Rick and Morty is signed on for another 65 episodes if you count now, or 60 after this season ends. So we know that we're going into another season right this time of year next year, and not a giant wait. I've already talked to some people who are working on Rick and Morty who have said they're working on season 7 already. And no, I'm not trying to say like I talk to people who work on the show all the time. I'm just saying, following people's Twitters, and I had to have a couple text conversations with people letting me know that they're working on stuff for season 7 and probably even 8 by now, if you think of it. So yeah, I think we're just gonna get like clockwork Rick and Morty seasons. What are we gonna get from the future? What have we not used up? Well, we've seen episode 7, and I don't want to spoil anything. I did a little bit of a light spoiler on episode 7. We do know that it is the giant Megazord GoBot Voltron ripoff thing. It also has a little bit of a gangster movie sort of Scarface sort of theme to it as well. And it's awesome that they mixed, and you'll know from all the memes and stuff like that. It's not spoiling, because if you've been on all these crazy Rick and Morty groups, you've seen the giant incest baby is coming back. So those things we know are coming back in that episode. We got a slight bit of the cold open. I don't think we have the full cold open yet of episode 6 coming. We do know we're going to still see the American president come in and fight with Rick and Morty. Oh, Jody says, I thought it was 100 episodes. I believe it's 70 more after season 4. So that would make it 111 episodes. Because it would be 70 episodes after 41 were already in the books including the pilot, which is the one that makes the season 1 have 11 episodes instead of 10 episodes. We should have 111. That doesn't mean that we're going to get to 111. And it doesn't mean it's going to stop at 111. That means that's where the contract for Rick and Morty to create episodes is. You never know when the creators are, you never know when the creator is going to be like, I want to do something different, or you never know what the ratings are going to do. A contract is telling you how much money they will make for those episodes when they create them, and there's always some crazy outs and stuff like that. None of us have read the contract. So, but anyways, there should be at least 111 episodes. Rick and Morty is doing fantastic. Don't let anybody tell you different, that the ratings are not good or people don't like it or it's dying. Don't let people tell you that, because it's not true. So, at least not from what I've seen. I've seen quite the opposite. I've seen that they had a very popular opening, a very well done season opening. And you go, I'm part of the fandoms for so many things. I'm part of the fandom for Halloween, obviously, Star Wars, fandoms for many different shows and genres and things like that. And whatever you guys find out from Facebook is not a reflection of what happens in the real world, guys. It's not, if you go online and you see 9 out of 10 people fucking hated this episode, if you go in real life and, go to a collection of people who have seen that Rick and Morty episode, it's going to be a way lower number. It's just the people who are pissed are the people who go on Facebook and say, this fucking episode's dumb. I wish they went back to this. And you're allowed to have your opinion. I probably shouldn't be doing the whiny voice, but you get a lot of people out there who will not just say, man, I didn't like that episode. They'll fucking, I'm never watching again. Same. I mean, this fucking fandom right here is the worst. I love Star Wars, but man, will Star Wars fans ever ruin Star Wars for you? They'll tell you it's the worst thing ever, and the new movies suck, the prequels suck, the whatever. Fuck that. Use the whiny voice. Yeah, I know. I sometimes I use the whiny voice. It's kind of my Jerry whiny voice as well, so it works out for this show. Solo says every poll I've seen says most people like this season. Yeah, I think that's the thing, but you'll see threads of people talking, and they'll say season 5 has been disappointing, or they'll say, season 5 sucks because this and that's been dumb, and this is annoying me so much because this happened and I don't like it and whatever. But the people who like it will just say, yeah, I like it. And it just seems to pale in comparison to people being upset about the seasons. The people who are happy are just like, yeah, I liked it. It's cool. Tommy is in the chat. He says, the best way to act like a Star Wars fan is to complain about complain about Star Wars. That's pretty much it. In order to fit in with Star Wars fandom, you pretty much have to come in there and just bitch about what you don't like. And maybe you can really shortly and not, not being the loudest person, just say oh yeah, I like Star Wars. And then, followed by fucking million people who are like, Jar Jar ruined the series, Kylo Ren's a wuss, and all this shit that nobody really cares to hear about. So yeah, if you hear about anybody hating on Rick and Morty season 5, don't assume that that's the fandom behind that, because it's getting good ratings, and I've been very happy with it. So, and I know that you guys have. I don't even know how to end the broadcast, but I know that we're supposed to soon. Johnny, you know what? Oh, it's right where the button that's said go live is replaced with a button that says end broadcast. The whore. I know this thing is really easy to use, but I'm not computer friendly. So, yeah, Johnny's in the studio. So yeah, we're having a little behind the scenes conversation. Reddit is the worst. Have no fear, team. I'm there to fight the haters. That's exactly what I feel like when I come out a lot of times so far this year. I feel like fighting for season 5, and I feel that's why we're doing art show based on season 5, which our winner was based on the episode 2 of season 5. So hit that criteria. So I'm just here to show my support for season 5 because I'm seeing a lot of people hating it. Anyways, once again, just want to let you guys know, you get a special kind of bonus episode tomorrow. I'm going to be on NR Originals. NR, if you got a quick link to your, your video or channel or anything, you can throw it in there. Or I'm going to throw a link to the episode in the Rick and Morty fan show group tomorrow. And I will promote it like a regular show because I want you guys all to come and hang out with me and our originals on his show. And we'll be talking about Rick and Morty, of course. That's tomorrow, I believe, 9:00 Eastern. Unless I'm wrong, I don't know. I'm not the host of that show. It's nice to be invited to someone else's show and not have to worry about that. Anyways, that is it. That's the show for today. Thanks for showing up, guys. All right. Sean, how do I fucking end this? No, I wanted to know how to do the music. I want to do. They got to learn.
Bring up brand. Play something. Somebody play something.
Oh, shit, it's a good show. It's a great show. It's a shit show. Pick a Rick show. Not a Jerry show. Scary Terry show. Lick my balls show. Szechuan sauce show. It's the fucking Rick and Morty fan show, bitch.